Okay, guys, I'm going to get started. I know being Mother's Day, there's a few people, not on the call tonight. So that's fine. It's going to be recorded. But I hope everybody's had a fantastic day, fantastic week. And I can't wait to hear from the guys that are on the call about what's happened for you this week. Before I get into that, I've just got to press the... Okay. So we're going to go through a few quotes first. So a dream is written down with a date. It becomes a goal, and a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and then a plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. Like, how true is that? I'm sure we've all done that. And if you're interested, you'll do what's convenient, and if you're committed, you'll do whatever it takes. Good things come to those who believe, and better things come to those who are patient, and the best things come to those who never give up. Don't make excuses for why you can't get it done. Focus on all the reasons why you must make it happen. You are only going to be as good as the people you surround yourself with. So be brave enough to let go of those who keep weighing you down. This is so true. I did a bit of an exercise this week about like your environment and who you surround yourself with, and I was looking back at different stages of my life, the last 5, 10, even 15 years ago, like who I was around and how they influenced the person that I was, and maybe some of the habits that I had as well. And be all in or get all out. There's no halfway. So this week's topic's all about surrounding yourself with people on the same mission as you, or like looking at your environment of especially the 5 main people that you surround yourself with. So I'd really love everybody to share after doing that exercise, as in who are the 5 people that you are around the most, and do they uplift you? Do they support you? Do they make your life better being a part of your life? And if not, have a look at that. How do they make you feel? And are they people that should be around you, depending on your goals, I guess. So I've just put a few photos up here, some different people I've been able to, I guess, meet and be influenced by at different events and trainings and situations being a part of Herbalife. Surrounding yourself with people who are only going to lift you higher. And this is something I take very seriously, especially now. I'm very aware of people that I give my energy and time to. And, one thing we're very lucky about in Herbalife is just how incredible the people are that we attract into this business. And everyone's on a different state of personal growth, and everyone's on a different journey. But, you just go into a Herbalife event and just, show me some love, like put your hand up or, write in the chat if you agree with me. But just the positivity, the energy, the vibes that you get, at an STS or a spectacular, or, we've got extravaganza coming up this week. Even the leadership trainings, the world team trainings, it's just incredible the people we get to meet. So you probably recognize a couple of these people. There's me and Caroline and Mike, 2 of my incredible mentors. Me and Clay have been very, very blessed to have these guys in our life, but also, now living on the Sunshine Coast, Mike's been helping me and Clay so much. Just one of the most humblest, giving, incredible guys that we know. That was at an event in Sydney that we qualified for. It was called a Dream Team event at the time. We're at one of the parties. I think it was a sports themed party or something. Just so much fun. My first spectacular, my first extravaganza, which was in Singapore. There's a picture of me in a blue dress with Hemang Pandit, who's a President's team member. He took us out to it was so much fun. There was a few of the guys there from Cairns as well. We just partied. an amazing dancer. He took us to this, it was like 63 floors, like very posh, expensive place, and we all had a boogie together. That was an amazing experience, and him just giving some value. And it's these type of things. It's sometimes not even the training, it's the after the training, sitting down, having a drink with these people, actually getting to know them one-on-one, and the gems that they give you, depending where you're at in your business, is just some of the things that I've learned from these people have just carried me to where I am today. Emily Mankey, she was here for at one of our world team trainings, an incredible lady. She's just gorgeous inside and out, and you know, really strong with her goals and her vision, and you can see what's happening over in Melbourne because of that and the people they're attracting in their business. Alan Blackmore, you know, I remember seeing her story when I first started, over 50 kilos, like such an inspiration. That was in Townsville. Liz Balderas, that was then our rising star. They actually let us go to one of their qualifying team dinners, which was so much fun. And your team, like, have a look at the people that you have in your organization, and like, we just learn so much from them and just love them and appreciate them. And obviously Style Bell, like, what an opportunity to have him in Australia. You know, yeah, that was at the qualifying VIP dinner that we got to get a photo with him. Just an incredible guy. Start following him if you're not. He's just amazing. So just back to the pipeline, like, we show this a lot in our trainings because we really want you to understand this is really it. This is a system to follow for you to be successful in Herbalife. So it's not a race, but obviously if you could be wealthy in 5 years, why would you want it to take 10? So it's just about following this. So, you know, are you going to extravaganza? That's coming up this week. This is part of the pipeline. All right, so there's a couple of you guys on. So if you'd like to share, just raise your hand. Otherwise I might pick on you. Just to share something that you got from doing maybe your goals or listening to the Millionaire training tapes. Anything that's happened good for you this week that you would like to share. So Carly or Sabrina, if you guys want to share, just unmute and come on in.
Maybe I'll go first. I think I just really enjoyed listening to the Millionaire training tapes. Listening to him talk about, like, the only difference is the variable, which is ourselves. And yeah, that just sort of changed my whole perspective of the week and where I went with what I was doing. So yeah, I think that's my good news.
That's amazing, Sabrina. Thank you so much for sharing. I know the Mill training tapes, it really makes you think differently to what maybe you've thought of the past, and every time you listen to them, I guarantee you're gonna, you know, learn something different. And just remember, it's so great to be inspired, but I love to have like a notepad that I really write down certain things that come out to me, you know, after listening to an audio tape like that, and what can I put into action, or what can I do to actually change. You know, we can be inspired by trainings and personal development, we can be reading all this stuff, but what have we actually changed in our life or for ourselves that's moving us forward? So Carly, if you want to come in and just quickly share.
Hi Jess. One of my goals for last week was to get down a size in clothes, and I actually did. I went. I've been from a size 16 to size 12. I've gone to a size 10 and just feel absolutely amazing.
Wow, Carly, that's incredible. What a goal. You should feel amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Well done. So guys that are listening to the recording, please post up your feedback of homework in our page. You know, that's really important that we're all sharing and growing together. So we talk a lot about getting to supervisor, and that's because that's our highest retail profit, and that really opens up our plan. So there's different ways that you do that. This is just a really cool roadmap, I guess, to get there in the next 3 to 5 months. So if you haven't seen this before, take a screenshot. But it's basically about you ordering enough product for yourself. So we talked about like shopping from your own shop. You know, for your homework, you were meant to have a look at what you're using and what you're not using and making a plan to sort of upgrade yourself. And then it's about you getting on the products and helping yourself get that result that's going to touch you. So emotional attachment to the product. So if that's, you know, losing a little bit of weight that you haven't been able to shift, if it's that energy shift that now you have that you're able to, you know, go about your day differently, or maybe your sleep improved like me, or maybe your skin improved. Maybe it was your sports performance and you've been able to do personal bests every day. I don't know what it is for you, but whatever it is, you need to have that emotional attachment. And then you're going to attract people. You're going to build a client base. And we talk about 5 clients. So you can hit that 1,000 volume points to get that 42%. But it's just about you being so passionate about it that you attract the right people that want help too. And that's going to grow your business. And just like any other business, we hold a launch. We let people know this is what we're doing. And it's not so much about you're going to get on this and my family and friends are going to get on this. It's about just letting everyone know that you're a part of now Herbalife Nutrition and you're here to help people. Okay, and it's fun. It's about getting your friends and family there to see who they know. Okay, it's about who do you know, because everyone knows someone suffering with not enough energy. Someone knows someone who needs extra income. Someone knows someone who wants to lose weight. It's just about asking the right questions. Okay, and then you might hear the term 90-day plan. And all this is a daily plan for 90 days. It's you doing something every day to build an invitation into a presentation, which will reduce them to clients and members. Okay, so if you're not sure what a 90-day plan is, just talk to your coach and they can go through that with you. But it's basically getting to work. It's about getting out there and letting people know what you're doing. And it's going to be awesome. Like if you've got those 5 clients the first month, the second month, you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to keep looking for new people. However, those 5 people, because you've been following them up, using the system, helping them get incredible results and getting passionate about the products, they're going to reorder. Okay, so now you're going to be locked in at that 42% discount. And it's just your business is just going to continue to grow. You're going to work on that plan. And, you know, by the 3rd and 4th month, you can have 10 to 15 clients. Like, amazing. That's you impacting 10 to 15 people. Like, could you even imagine? It's just the best feeling. And this is going to get you doing around that 1,500 to 2,500 volume points. And you're going to move your way to that supervisor position, getting you to that 50%. And this is going to get your products free, or maybe you'll start building a part-time income, which is just amazing, right? So a really great roadmap to have a look at. You know, and if you are on that 50% profit, say with 20 clients, you know, a part-time income can be around $1,500 to $3,000 a month. And this is what some people make working full-time. So can really change your life. Now, we did go over the Herbalife House and we show this a lot on our Monday night calls. So a lot of us should be familiar with it. But if you're not, you know, like again, just speak to your coach. But it's really about the foundation. It's like if you were building a house for real, you wouldn't just build a house on a slopey land, like not solid. Okay. So the foundation comes back to you, and it always does. If you get sloppy on your product result, so will your team. You know, if you're only using shaker multi, so will your team. And that is what you'll duplicate. So it always comes back down to you and your personal product use. You know, that's a whole, that's a major part about what we do in Herbalife. It's the products, or products are the star. So if you don't feel passionate about the products, you're not really going to be able to help that many people. You need to really work on your own product result and continue to. And if you get that, that's like 200 volume points just on an ultimate program. Okay. And, you know, we talked about those 5 new clients, and it's about those repeat orders because you're looking after them. They're helping you. Referrals. Who do you know? Who can we help? And then they're going to want to get the discount, right? Who doesn't love a discount? And they're going to become a VIP member. And then it's just about upgrading clients and members onto the skin, the personal care, targeted nutrition. Okay, and this is going to help you build that Herbalife house, so that 2,500 volume points. Now, then you're going to have people who come in like you, who are going to have bigger goals, who are going to see the vision and go, well, actually, I want to get to 50% and become a supervisor, get myself my products free, and maybe, you know, start earning a bit of an income. And this is where your garage really starts to get built. And this is where, you know, you're looking at 7,000 to 10,000 plus volume points a month, which is massive, massive impact. And it's not a lot of change, it's just you're helping more people and finding a few people who want to get a better discount. So tonight's topic's all about a wellness evaluation. And all this is just you finding out about this person's relationship when it comes to their health and for food, okay? And it's all about that initial contact. You want to make sure that when you meet someone, or if you're doing this over the phone, how you communicate with them, the questions you ask, the energy on the phone, the attention that you give them, the way you communicate, all of that matters. So just think back to what service you like. If you were working in a restaurant, or if you have worked in hospitality, you know, people will only come back if it's got good service. In America, everything is about their service. It's high service, because that's how they get paid. They get paid on tips, not a wage. So think about what service you like. Do you like someone who doesn't give you eye contact, doesn't really pay attention, is short with you, doesn't feel friendly, isn't passionate, doesn't have a positive energy or vibe? No, you want people who are like that, enthusiastic, passionate. How are you today, sir? Oh, I'm feeling amazing. What can I get you? You know, not just like, hi. Right? So always exceed people's expectations and just be professional. This is your own business. You're the CEO of your business. So always remember that. So what's your goal for the month? You know, part of our homework was to go through 10 things that you wanted to achieve this month and 5 for the week. So it's good to have a clear goal, because if you just kind of say, oh, I just want anyone, or, you know, I just want lots and lots of clients, well, it's not specific. So you're better off saying, you know what, I want to help 2 people this week with a sports program, or I want to help 2 people from my work, or something like that. So it's specific. And we talk about the plan, get 20 and keep 20. All right. And then you obviously can develop bigger than that. But to be honest, guys, like, it's not the quantity of people, it's the people that you're working with, following up, reordering, and you're going to go through some different numbers. You're going to have people who come on a program and won't reorder. You're going to have people who come on the products or love the products, get amazing, life-changing results. Okay, it's all about numbers. And, you know, at some stage in your business, you'll get to 2 to 3 sales each day. And that's when you really know you're in business. So if you haven't seen this before, this is a 2020 gauge. This is great to put up every month in your office or wherever you work. Or you can put it in your folder if you work out of a folder. Just, I prefer to have it up ready so I can see it. And every time someone orders, okay, you're going to write their name in the circle. So Sally, T, aloe, and then next to T and aloe, how many volume points that is. And if they reorder that month, you just add it into that one circle. So there's one person per circle. They reorder 3 times, do 1 circle. Okay. So the goal is to have 20. So if you had 2 last month, aim for 5. Don't try to do 20 straight away. You know, if you do it, fantastic, but you're more likely to grow doing it that way. And also your members, like how many people, if you had 2 clients last month, you could definitely have 1 or 2 members this month. If you had 5 clients, go for 10, and you could have 3 new VIPs this month. And this is going to help you develop that 2,500 volume points. So how do you generate leads for a wellness valuation? So easy. It's just the same like everything we do. A wellness valuation is just a tool to use to invite someone into it. So it could be from a weight loss challenge. It could just be people that you know. skin party. When I first started, I just did this to practice. So I just had no expectation about it. I just said that I started this new business in health and I need to do some wellness evaluations with some people. Can you help me out? And then did that for like 10, 15 minutes. And then I used to, at the end of it, just say, oh, look, if you were a client, this is what I would say. And I would go into that. So I'm already setting that intention. You can have, do this from an invitation from any sort of party, skin or shape party, people that you just meet, people that you work with, COI, family, friends, fit clubs, absolutely anything. It's just about inviting. So these are some invitations you could use if you haven't done it before. Hi, Susie, I need some help. I've just started a new business. I need to practice 20 wellness evaluations this month. Can you help me by being one of mine? Hi, I work with a nutrition company that offer free wellness evaluations. This is really great. You find out your body fat, muscle mass, and the best part is your metabolic age. So that's more with the Tanita scales, doing the body fat and everything. And then you make the booking. So you can, start it off by saying, I'm calling regarding your request for a free wellness evaluation. You can go on about how the scanner works. Honestly, think less information is better because you want to be able to duplicate this as well. Always make out that you're busy. So if you are doing this over a phone, just don't, you could definitely, some people can talk a long time. Do you prefer night or day? Just remember you're in charge. So the best way to think about it is if you rang a hairdresser's and said, oh, you wanted to get your hair done, right? And you were like, oh, okay. What time are you available? That's what you ask, right? If they were just like, oh, any time, you would be like, oh, because you expect them to be busy. So if they're like, oh, 2 p.m., you would go 2 p.m. or you wouldn't go. So start thinking like that. What can hang on a sec. Let me just check my diary. Oh, such a busy, crazy week, helping so many people at the moment. Let me just have a look. Oh, how about 7 o'clock Tuesday night? All right. And then go from there. Now, if you don't have a body scanner, I definitely recommend, if you are, wanting to make at least, you're wanting that sort of real stable part-time income, I would look at investing in one. You can go on eBay and get them pretty cheap these days, Tanita or Omron. Personal Wellness Pass, that's in, our website. So you can print them off. The same with the body scans. The Why Herbalife presentation booklet is fantastic, has all the products in it. Your fast, faster and fastest options, the product guides, price list, and maybe just like we have like a program booklet that we give everybody. So this is a process. Basically, you do your invitation, book them in, you do the wellness evaluation. To be honest, the whole time you're doing the wellness evaluation, you should be using what we call form. So family, occupation, recreation, message. And all that is building a relationship, asking them questions, finding out what it is that they're looking for and how Herbalife can help. And you do that for 15, 20 minutes, and by 5 to 10 minutes before it's meant to end, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been talking for so long, and go do this wellness evaluation. You'll know too, you'll have some people who will seriously just be there for wellness evaluations, and you'll have people that you really connect with and you can see that they're probably end up going to be a client. Always too, if you have never done a wellness evaluation, do it with somebody. Have your coach there. So what I did is I went, Caroline did the first couple for me. I watched her. Third one I did. Caroline was there to guide me. And then the next one I did on my own, and then I went from there. Okay? So work with somebody. If you coach and you don't live near each other, no problems. Find someone that you can do them with. Or I do a lot over the phone, so you can do a 3-way call as well. You want to go through different results, show people the stories. If they're wanting to lose weight and they want to lose 10 kilos, get some results, people losing around the same sort of weight. It gives them more belief. Show them and explain about cellular nutrition, the villi, the nutrients, and obviously show them the different ways that they can get results. So this is a picture of the wellness questionnaire. There's a few different ones, doesn't really matter. Biggest thing is just follow it. This one is great to find out like what they're eating, and just be strong about it. You know, if you've got someone there who's over 100 kilos and they're telling you they're eating salad every day, just get real about the snacks, get real about the drinks, and tick everything off. So don't kind of miss things, like try to get as much information as you possibly can, because that's going to help you. And like takeaway meals, like how often, and not just like McDonald's, like takeaway meal, like a pie from the servo, Subway, sushi, that's still takeaway. Anything not homemade is takeaway. Coffee and tea, how often a day? Beverages, juice, soft drink, vitamin water, like fresh juices, anything not water goes in there. Okay. And when you're talking about the size of their meals, you know, light would be someone actually weighing their food, portioning it. Medium would be like half a plate. Heavy would be a full plate. All right. So just get clear on what it means for each section. And like I said, practice is the best way. When you're asking questions, especially about the bowels, just be like, oh, this one's a little bit personal, but how often do your bowels move? And I always say daily, every couple of days, once a week, like, because they might go once a week and think that's normal. Yeah. And then anything that comes up, any health concerns, so maybe they're on medication. They're on medication for high blood pressure. Okay, high blood pressure. Herbal Lifeline, I already know that's going to help them. Oh, terrible sleep. I probably get 2 hours. I toss and turn 5 times. Fantastic. Dong Quai, Rose Guard. So this helps you see what it is that you can help them with. Like it says here, it shouldn't take longer than 20 minutes. So keep it brief, have fun with it, ask lots of questions. And the most important thing is I added in here, seriousness. How serious are you about whatever their goal is? Losing weight, getting energy, 1 to 10. You know, if they say 2, be like, okay. If it's just a practice, no problem. But if it's for someone who you're actually looking at helping, you want it to be at least an 8 or 9. Okay. And then when you're working out how much they're sort of spending on food, it's really important that you tally that up, because that's going to help you when you offer the programs, and you can be like, wow, you're spending like $600 a month so far on food. Our ultimate program is $450. You're going to save $150 and you're going to lose that 10 kilos. Woo, winning. So this is a body analysis scan. If you've never used one, again, find someone who has one so you can have a look. Do it yourself as well. It's fantastic. These are all the things it measures. This is like a wellness pass that you can get. If you do buy one, they have them as well. But it just shows you where they should be sitting in each area. So when you do the body scan, you can be like, okay, so you're at 30% body fat at the moment. You're a female and you're 30. So you're in like the obese section, okay? However, your muscle is really high, so it's put you as a standard. So find the good things as well as the bad, and just remember to be empathetic. A lot of people are really nervous about like scales, and you got to think, if you're going to have people over 100 kilos, you know, sometimes I would wait to do that. Just help them as best you can. Make sure they love their shake, because everyone's in a different journey, yeah? All right, so this is just telling you that. So show the positive. Oh, look, you have a very high body fat, but wow, your metabolism is so high. This is great. You're going to be burning fat like crazy on this program. All right. Protein, you can do that as well. So you just do whatever their muscle is and then times by 2.2. And the same with how many grams. You can do your measurements as well. Set their goals. Do they have any questions? And having a look at that. And then obviously the cellular nutrition concept. So if you're not sure how to explain this, again, you'll learn all this when you're doing your 3 ways for doing your wellness evaluations, but just the cleansing of the villi, absorbing nutrients, and it regenerates the cell. Okay, don't need to know too much. Spirit fingers. Okay, and that's why we're different. And then show results. Men, women, skin, young, old, because again, they might know people as well. fast, faster, or fastest, or you can use 3-day trial as well. Close the sale and say nothing. Once they say something, which flavour do you want? How would you like to pay? And just keep it that simple. Remember, if you were a dress shop, you wouldn't say, oh, don't worry, you can take the dress and pay half today. They got to pay the full amount. It's exactly the same. Okay. Now, this I showed you last week as well, but just remember it comes back down to duplication. So everything you do, don't overcomplicate it. Don't feel like you need to know a lot. Just flow. Okay. Just do the scripts, follow it, be yourself, and the right people will come. All right, so we've already done week 1. So week 2, we're actually going to be listening to the Millionaire training tapes. We sometimes listen to the Dare to Dream as well, but we're going to do all 4 of those this month. So I'll change that. And that's obviously in the Herbie Dream Team page. Keep filling in your COI notepad that you started last week. I want you to make sure it's Sunday tonight, so it's really important that you go through your diary and pre-plan your week. What events are you going to? What have you got to invite into? How many invitations you're going to do? And I want you to practice 10 wellness evaluations. Okay, so just ask people from work, friends, family. You can do a post on Facebook. Just 10 wellness evaluations, and I want you to write how long it took you. And I mean, if it's your first time, do it obviously with your coach as well. But also if you get any clients, or if, you know, what your feedback is of doing that. All right. And I want you to post that on our page. So that's it. Nice, easy, quick call. Thank you so much, ladies, for jumping on this Mother's Day, and it's a Sunday. I'd love to hear your feedback on our page. But the wellness evaluation, the biggest key thing is just keep it simple. Follow the questions and just flow with the conversation, just like you would when you go for coffee with your friends. Just using that 4 method if you're not really sure what to ask them. You know, does your family live here? How long you been here? You know, if someone says something like maybe they're eating, they're vegetarian. Oh, okay. You know, you can go into that. So just asking questions from what comes, all right? And keep it really, really simple and fun. So thank you so much, guys.
Hey, Jess, sorry. I have a question.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay.
Sorry. With the product information guide booklet, is there a new one? Is there a new one at all where I can find at all, or no?
What do you want to find? Sorry?
Do you know the product, the Herbalife Nutrition product information booklet?
Are you talking about the, like, when you get a client booklet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what about it?
So is there an updated one at all where it's got all the sports like, do you know how there's a Formula 1 sports and the CR7? Have they done an update of that yet, or no?
Okay, so if there's a product booklet for someone who's just on a sports program. That's a good question, Carly. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen it. I am having a chat with Caro though, so I'll ask her and see if anyone's got one, because someone might make one up, and then they'll just put it in the Herbie Dream Team page.
Okay then.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Have a good night.